Hi, I'm Rachel King. Welcome to my channel, Jemima London. If you are new here, my channel focuses on garment making, fabrics, trends, exhibitions and anything else that really inspires me. I love making clothes, I love fashion, I love style, and I also love Liberty print, so you get quite a lot of that here too. I've spent over 30 years working as a professional designer, mainly in the fashion industry, and I mention that at this point because this week's video links directly to that main part of my career, and you will see why very shortly. Let's begin. So this week, this is what we're talking about. It is the Ganni tie front blouse, which you may have noticed is absolutely everywhere. So let's just start to talk about Ganni. They are a very high profile Danish fashion brand. They've been going since about 2000, but I think they really gained traction from about 2010. And they're a sort of a mid-price point. They're quite interesting. So they kind of bridge between fast fashion and high end. I mean, this blouse that we're talking about today, I see it retailing for about £185 in that region, which is not a small amount of money, but it's not as expensive as some of the other sort of high-end brands. So Ganni itself, it has a very distinctive handwriting, very sort of easy shape. They are distinctive in the way they'll use leopard print, they use stripes, ginghams, floral, denim and chambray. They have a range of quite noticeable leopard print accessories, like they have a cap, they'll have a crossbody bag, and they also do the leopard print in the dresses and this very blouse that we're talking about. They sell online, of course, and they've got a really nice section in Liberty, which, as you know, if you watch me, you know it's one of my favourite stores. They've got a really nice area in there, and they sell on Net-a-Porter as well as many other places. Now, if you look at their website, I've pulled a page up here. They have a section with their icons, their Ganni icons, and their blouse is one of the icons. On their website, they've got 8 different variations, 2 styles. So they've got the gathered style, the gathered peplum and sleeve, and the ties down the front. And then they've got a simpler version, which it's more my cup of tea, to be honest with you. In fact, I was going to make one of these blouses. It's not for me. I love it. I think it's a beautiful blouse. It's so pretty. I think it's younger, and it's not for me. It just wouldn't suit me. I wish it would, because I would absolutely love to make one. I might have to make one for a friend instead, actually. Great in Liberty print, I think. So moving on, unsurprisingly, the High Street have done many what I would call versions of this right across the High Street. I'm not going to pull them up here. You can Google tie front blouse for yourself and you'll see them everywhere. And this is what I was referring to earlier, because I used to work as a women's wear fashion designer, and I designed for the big stores, huge volumes, and the latter part of my career was spent designing versions of high-end designer garments, which basically turned me into a kind of a garment engineer rather than a designer. I don't know whether any other designers or ex-designers out there, tell me what you think about this. I mean, I think I was pretty good at spotting the trends. I mean, I can still do it now, and translating them into a competitively priced commercial garment for my customers. But I no longer enjoyed it, and it became sort of not enough for me. So there came a point where I retired from the world of fashion on that level, and I started my own very small business, which centered around Liberty prints and accessories. And if you look online, you can see what that is all about too. So leading on from the high street versions, naturally pattern designers will do the very same thing and look at what's in the shops. They'll look at the high end styles as well. And so therefore there are loads and loads and loads of versions that you can make with dressmaking patterns, lots of PDF versions, some free tutorials and free patterns are available as well. And I've picked a selection that I've just found, and I'm going to talk you through them now. Okay, so let's begin. So as usual, excuse me looking down at my notes because I can't remember everything. Okay, let's kick off with the Fabric Godmother Fleur blouse and dress pattern. I should say that a lot of these patterns aren't just the blouse, they're actually variations on the blouse and a dress, and I think one of them at least has got a skirt variation with it as well. So some of these patterns are actually quite good value. There's quite a lot to them. So this Fabric Godmother Fleur blouse and dress, it's PDF. They call it an advanced beginner, and I reckon it's because there's so much blooming gathering in it, which would drive me nuts. I'm not a fan of gathering, to be honest with you. PDF does sizes 6 to 30. So you've got the classic blouse version, and you've got a dress version of the blouse, and you've also got a sleeveless dress version. So I guess you could also do a sleeveless blouse too, if that makes sense. You can see from the illustration here. So that was the first one, the Fabric Godmother Fleur, to kick off. Secondly, this is quite a sweet little set, a sort of slight variation from the Matchy Matchy Sewing Club. It's the Ruffle brunch set, again a PDF, sizes extra small to 6 times extra large, and it's actually the blouse, some shorts and trousers, and instead of the large sort of peplum, they've got this quite a cute little ruffle variation, which I actually think is really pretty. And if you're not into something too billowy, it might be more your thing. Again, that's a PDF pattern from the Matchy Matchy Sewing Club. Number 3 is the Style Arc Porter woven pack, and this is actually a pack with many variations. Again, it's a PDF pattern. You've got 3 size sets here: 4 to 16, 10 to 22, and 18 to 30. So I'm going to take you through the variations that I can see here. Look at the line drawings to get you can get your head around it a bit better probably. So you've got the dress with or without the sleeve. You've got the blouse with 5 sleeve options, and then different fastening options as well. And again, the sleeveless blouse bodice with 3 options, and also a skirt. So I can't work out quite how many variations there are. It's far too many for me to work out, but you can see that's a very versatile pattern from Style Arc. Okay, something slightly different now. This is a YouTube tutorial, I believe, from Sparrow Fashion, and it is just the tie front blouse. Now you can download a free PDF pattern, but you've got to subscribe to the blog, as I understand it. But reading through, when I did a Google search, reading through on her page, I think there's also an option there, and she shows you to actually how to draft it from a basic block, I believe. Anyway, I will leave the links below and you can explore that one for yourself, but that potentially might be quite a good free option. And it's you can see here, it's the classic version of the tie front puff sleeve that she's done there, which I think is very nice. Next, moving on to Puff and Pencil, I really like their patterns. They've got a couple of variations here. So the first one, which is the grey blouse, I think you can see in the picture, it's got the peggy collar, which is a big collar with a ruffle on it, which is actually something Ganni do as well. And it's got a lantern sleeve, which is dropped, and then you've got the gathers, which is lovely. And then they have the tie blouse version, collarless, again with the V, and it's got a very simple cone sleeve. Now that's something that I might make for myself because it's much simpler. Again, they're both PDF patterns, extra small to extra large. So a couple of different options there. Lastly, I did have a look on Etsy, and there are loads on Etsy. Another simple version is from Melanie Sewing Patterns, and it's a very simple v-neck version with tie fronts, and it's got no peplum. Extra small to extra large. Again, this is a downloadable PDF, and Etsy patterns are all really reasonably priced, I think, and I've tried out a few recently and they're really good, really good, some of them. Next, make yours the label. PDF blouse in 12 sizes. Now this has a cropped version without the peplum, and it also has a dress version, and it's got a full sleeve and the option of a 3/4 sleeve. So again, many variations around that style. And then lastly, I think this is a lovely pattern, and it's a real dupe for the Ganni blouse, the Emily sewing patterns, and it's just one version with the puff sleeves and the peplum and the tie fronts. And interestingly, she has got an offer, so if you buy 3 you get 1 free, buy 5 you get 2 free, and she's got quite a lot of nice patterns on there, so maybe worth having a look. So that is my review of tie front blouse patterns. I hope you enjoyed that and found it interesting. In other news, I tidied my studio this week, and it probably doesn't look very different to you because I only ever show certain aspects of it, but I had a massive chuck out. I literally filled the boot of my car with stuff that and it was mainly haberdashery and fabrics that I will never use in my lifetime. I don't know if anybody else is a bit like that, and I just felt weighed down by it all, and I just feel brilliant that I've got rid of it, and it's gone to the Forest Recycling Project, which is a local initiative which as the name suggests, recycles fabrics, paints, haberdashery, and they run classes for local people to go and make things. So they were delighted, and they can make good use of it. So I'm just taking you around here. So all those drawers at the back were just so full, and now they're reorganised. It may not look to you, but that's very organised, and it's all very organised down here as well. So I just feel physically and mentally lighter now that I've done that. I'm kind of in the process at the moment of rejigging a lot of things in my life, mainly the way I work. I've been running my business since 2010, and I've decided for various reasons I need to change that, and I want to focus a lot more on my YouTube channel and my digital products, which will give me more freedom. So getting rid of a lot of physical stuff was very much part of that process. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and love to hear your comments. If you've got any thoughts about the Ganni tie front blouse and the versions that I showed you. Have you made one? Are you going to make one? Have you actually bought the real thing? Do let me know. And I will see you next week. Bye.